Hey everyone, it's Zach back with a new mortgage video. If this is your first time seeing one of my videos, welcome to my channel where I'll try and help you understand all things mortgage related. If you find this content helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel. Today I want to talk about different levels of mortgage approval from the most preliminary type to the strongest. If you are new to the world of home financing and haven't already, I would recommend checking out my Basics of Home Financing video. This is kind of the follow-up to that. If you have checked that out and based on that video, you're thinking, yeah, I think I can get an approval, or you're thinking maybe I can get an approval, but there's one or two things I'm not sure about, the next step I would recommend is reaching out to a mortgage professional like myself to work on getting pre-qualified. So starting with the most preliminary type of pre-qualification, that's just something verbal where you're giving me or your mortgage professional numbers. This is how much I make per month, this is how much I've got saved, this is my credit situation, my debt situation, and based on that, I'm giving you an estimate. The problem with this is usually the debts are not going to be the same as what shows up on your credit report, based on my experience at least, and your credit score can be different depending on where you're getting it from. So the next step, and what I usually recommend as a first step if you're just kind of dipping your toe in the water, is filling out a full mortgage application and me doing a soft credit check rather than a hard check. So based on this, I can see what your credit score is looking like, what your debts are looking like, but it's not going to affect your credit to do a soft pull. The downside to this is that I cannot get you a pre-approval based on a soft check. I would need to do a hard check in order to run our underwriting system to generate and approve eligible, which is kind of the trigger to issue a pre-approval letter. So the next step would be the full application and a hard credit check. And based on that, I can generate a pre-approval letter, which is good for 90 days. So you want to do that step. I would recommend, anyone who's interested in buying a home, start with that soft check at least. But then once you're ready, you feel prepared both financially, mentally to go out and start making offers. That's when you want to do that hard check so you maximize that 90-day window. And that's what most realtors will want before they'll start scheduling tours with you, is to have that pre-approval letter. The next step, if you want to take it one step further, is to work on getting a conditional approval from underwriting. Now, I'm going to make another video really detailing what is mortgage underwriting, but for the purposes of this video, just know the underwriter is kind of like the test grader. I'm kind of like your tutor for the test of getting approved for a loan. So typically what happens is once you're under contract, you start submitting documents to the underwriter. They look them over, they say, yes, this looks good, and eventually they'll say you're fully approved and you close the loan. With a conditional approval, you take care of a lot of the hard work up front. You're never going to get fully approved before you have a house picked out, because you need an appraisal before you can close. But you can do most of the hard work with submitting your documents and getting them approved by underwriting beforehand. And I would recommend this for everybody, but especially if there's something about your application that's not clear cut with the loan program that you're trying to qualify for. If there's any kind of underwriting discretion that's going to be required, I highly, highly recommend we try to do it up front to make sure that you will be approved for the loan. So those are kind of the 4 different levels of mortgage approval. If you have any questions, feel free to comment on this video, or you can call or text me at 617-620-0083. But thanks for tuning into this one, and see you next time.